Hi, and welcome to GTAAP!
GTAAP!
We're doing a one-off this week of The Division. So, Mike, this is definitely right up your alley. This is your guy?
This is my guy. I've been playing, see, I'm level 15, so I'm not terribly far in.
What's the level cap right now?
30.
30. Okay, so you're like you're halfway through the progression.
I'm about halfway through the progression. I just hit 15, so there's no way I'm going back into the Dark Zone. Because the Dark Zone, the Dark Zone goes from 1 to 14, and then 15 to 30.
Well, I'm sure most people. I mean, this has only been out for not even a month, has it?
Not even a month, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have played this, but so the Dark Zone's the PvP area, the player versus player section of the map, right?
Yes and no, because you're not necessarily going there to hunt other players.
Oh, okay.
But that's where all the best loot falls, and if you see other players with loot, you can kill them and take it off them.
Gotcha.
So
it's not so much. It's not just for player versus player, but it's the only place that can really happen.
And it's not easy. Like, I tell you what, at some point during this we will go into the Dark Zone. And I will show you it, and it is very tense and high-strung, and the enemies there are really strong. So, I'll tell you, we'll just jump in here, and I'll show you some stuff that's not as high-strung. And
We're going to usually do a normal shtick. We're going to do a half an hour or less of just kind of getting a feel for it, playing around with it a little bit. I think it's kind of good that we're going to go mid-level. I think a lot of other preview kind of this have all been fairly early game.
Well, they've either been early game or end game.
Right.
They haven't been both, which I understand. I mean,
so let me just check my facts here. So it's sometime in like December or January after a Black Friday massacre where smallpox gets processed through money all throughout Manhattan, and they have to basically lock down all of Midtown.
Close, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's very similar. It's a different type of... It's like a manufactured strain of smallpox that's been mutated. And what they did is they decided to spread it on bills on Black Friday. Mm-hmm. And this takes place sometime during December.
Okay, so it's just been a few weeks.
And they've had to quarantine New York. And you play a character who was a soldier who's been trained to basically be a sniper.
Yeah, you're a member of the Division, which is this clandestine group of people from all walks of life whose whole job is to rebuild and bring order to the world after a disaster just like this.
Exactly.
Those are the facts.
So, they're talking about a mission we can do here. I don't think I'm going to do that right now.
And Rikers, those are the prisoners from Rikers Island who got transferred to the quarantine zone and now are like running loose, right?
Exactly, yes. So, tell you what, we will go. Let's see what we got here. We got a mission for that.
Yeah, well, I remember they showed that at E3, and that still is impressive, that whole building the map up around you.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed you kind of lose track of your character and it just becomes a map, but still sharp, slick stuff. That's Ubisoft's always really good. Not necessarily useful, but definitely pretty looking UI.
So we're going to go for this one here. This is just a supply acquisition, which means I'm going to have to kill a bunch of people and steal their supplies.
Now, you are a huge fan of Destiny, right?
I was a big fan. Unfortunately, I couldn't get into Destiny so much in the sense that when I play these games, I'm a single player. I don't like to deal with other people typically, unless it's somebody I specifically know, and there's some kind of enemies up here somewhere.
Right. So you like. So while this is sort of a more of a multiplayer game, role-playing game, except it's oh, that was mean. Yeah. But it's basically kind of blends MMORPG and shooter together, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's mostly a shooter, but there are RPG elements happening in with it that are you're leveling up your weapons, you are leveling up your skills, things like that. And this is just the nice thing I like about this is there's tons of collectibles.
Okay.
So you're constantly finding things like this.
You don't need a degree from some fancy college to understand exactly what's going on here. This virus is going to continue to spread as long as there are infected people walking around. Now, you can put up all the fences and checkpoints you want, but that's not going to stop a virus. You want to kill it? You have to burn it. Destroy it completely and before it can spread. Now,
So
So you pick up little audio logs like that.
exactly. So Joe Farrow is actually the head of the cleaners. What cleaners are basically these group that goes around and they try to cleanse the world of people who they think are sick.
Gotcha.
What I just did there is she needed something. I gave her an energy bar, and she dropped off some equipment for me. That's a dog pooping.
Yes, it is. Oh, look at the visceral realism present.
So this is one of the things that you find here is this is a missing agent beacon.
Okay.
So I can follow these, and it'll give me, let me say, it's another little side quest that you can do.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. It's a mostly open world with all these little pockets to go explore and find things to do.
And this area, ooh, so it's in here.
I'm kind of impressed. You went right into an interior and there wasn't any like load time.
No, it's the load times are extremely impressive in this game. The only time where you see any really big kind of load time is when you walk into the main hub.
That's
it slows down your walking
so
speed.
you know that I'm a big, I guess, history buff. It's kind of weird to say that. I mean, we're about 15 years into it, but September 11th. So that like little touches like the police station being full of like missing persons all over the walls is really poignant.
Find and return the supplies. So there'll be these supplies that you need to find, and you need to pick them up, and they're extremely heavy. So you can only use your pistol when you have them in your hand.
You can only use like your sidearm.
Yeah. But then there's always going to be guys with the fight here eventually. I have one of these.
So that was just shooting like a.
It's that's a sticky bomb. That's what that is.
Okay.
There's all sorts of different things. Like as a solo player, once again.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. This is the one thing I heard about and I'm still sort of disappointed by. I know it's an RPG and I know it's kind of about progression, but there's just a bunch of regular dudes in sweatshirts taking like 4 or 5 assault rifle shots to the chest.
Well, the nice thing is like you can't really see it, but they are wearing armor. Like they have the same kind of armor and stuff that I do.
Okay.
So like that's the same way I can take a bunch of shots and stuff as well.
I guess the Tom Clancy brand always kind of means to me a little more. Actually, like, all the Tom Clancy games you're super fragile in.
Yeah, only for the most part.
I mean, it's okay. I'm not. I get why it's that way, and I accept it.
I've known him since he joined the team 6 years ago. He was always a hard worker, a loving husband, and a proud father. His daughters looked up to him and saw what many of us did. A hero.
That was a grenade.
Even when facing his personal losses, Anton knew
If you go to the smoke, it'll disorient you. And like it'll mess with like the things you can hear.
He knew he had a
So like smoke grenades and flashbangs actually mean something when you're doing PvP.
That's nice.
And for that we thank him. And remember him as an example.
And this is all AI, right?
Yeah, these are just AI characters I'm fighting here.
Right, because it's only the Dark Zone you're really going to deal with someone else.
Yeah. You see them like in like the safe houses and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I'm actually kind of sad that you don't see them as you run around because like it'd been really cool if like another player would have just run into this and could have helped out. But it's not something unless they're in your same party. It's not something that ever happens.
I got you. And yet again, just kind of like what we talking about Batman last week, and like just looks really sharp.
Yeah, that was the other thing I really liked about this one is there's a lot of detail. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Like again, as someone who hasn't picked a horse yet for like the consoles, there's just definitely something about like there is a big bump. Like playing PC games a lot, you kind of lose track of it because you're not going from console to console. You're just upgrading your graphic card and stuff.
Absolutely.
It doesn't mean the same thing, but you can definitely tell that this is a next gen game, and it looks pretty similar to what we were given. Gosh, what E3 was that? 2014.
The first time they showed it, yeah, I think it was 2014, and it's not what the nice thing is. They didn't do the same thing they did with Watch Dogs. It's not the overpromise that Watch Dogs became.
Right.
They really did a good job of keeping this within basically what they promised, which is good. And more enemies to fight.
And I'm guessing looters are just randos? Or
Yeah, there's just randoms. There are three main factions of enemies. There's Rikers, there's Cleaners.
Yeah.
There's another one that starts with an R, but I haven't really had to deal with them all that much. And they're just kind of like the random gang that kind of just came together.
Okay. And looters are just your raiders.
They're just random stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
just
they're
living on the chaos.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, are you vaccinated against the smallpox or something, or is it just like over time that's not as big of a deal?
It's just it only affected so many people, from what I can tell.
Right. So if you haven't touched money in 2 weeks, you might be okay.
Yeah, exactly. Because honestly, there's still a lot you don't know. Like part of the missions you do here is the research for it. So you're constantly picking up data for the scientists and stuff that are at your home base. To help create
the CDC.
Yeah, exactly. Immunizations and things like that to help out with everything.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah, and there's different areas that are completely contaminated that you have to have there's a mask eventually you get. There's different levels of that, and depending on if you go in there, you'll have different weapons and stuff like that you can get that are nice.
Right.
Outside of the dark zone.
Oh, and that's also what's going on in the dark zone too. Is when you get loot, you have to excavate it or extract it.
Yeah, exactly.
To get it clean.
And when you go to extract it, it basically shoots up a flare and everybody sees.
And that's when people will definitely think twice about whether they're just going to let you leave. Or
exactly, because if you attack another player without being attacked yourself, you go rogue, and basically players know that you're rogue and they can kill you without any
penalty.
Exactly, yeah.
So should be good there. GTAAP notified.
There we go. So we actually just leveled up, which is cool.
Nice.
16. So I'll tell you what, let's take a look at the map. This whole entire red area here, this is the dark zone.
Okay.
Here, so
and they don't have any surveillance or anything in there. Is the idea?
You can get in there, but yeah, it's like the big thing. Like when you go in, basically you lose a lot of communications and things like that.
Yeah, it's good. Take a look.
Yeah. That beeping sound means that there is a motion bomb around here somewhere. There it is.
And now they're not behind you.
And they're good. It's funny that the townspeople are very funny because they'll say there'll be some who will be behind you. There's some who won't understand what you're trying to do.
Call you a bum.
Yeah, there's some like if you point your guns at them, they will. They'll
That's really
away.
fun to do to the one-offs.
Oh, absolutely, that's fantastic. That's the reason why I chose that one. It's my favorite thing to do. Although I did just get the rolling grenade, the homing grenade.
Okay.
I haven't used it yet because the build I have now is what I like for a solo player, but it's entertaining.
Man, it's just good looking.
So this is going into the dark zone here.
Looks it.
Mm-hmm. There are ways you can go in like this, where you go through a gate, and there's other times when you just jump the fence.
Okay.
When you're in there. So in here, there's a reload spot, and then there's a vendor. The vendor will give you, if you have so many points and things like that, you can get good loot and everything.
So what do you do? Get like requisition points?
Exactly. Yeah, there's I think they call them Phoenix points or DZ points or something like that. But like they have ridiculous guns in here.
Okay.
Stop wasting my time.
Purple means that they're pretty rare.
Okay.
Most of my gear's blue.
Oh, I gotta tell you, when you walked like that section with the signs and stuff reminded me so much of Dead Space. I mean, this is doing a lot of Dead Space stuff, like how the UI is all just floating around your character and on their back and stuff.
And you can actually tell if you look at a person's backpack really closely. You can tell the skills they use, the weapons they use.
Oh, so all that gear is relevant to the choices you made?
Exactly, yes. So actually, I'm going to check this out real quick. One of the guys I know actually told me that if you go underground, sometimes you can find things that level to you, but I do not have a filter that'll work down there.
Leaving contaminated
I have
area.
a level 3 filter, so unfortunately we can't go down there.
It's an interesting AI voice there.
Yeah, it's Isaac.
Isaac.
I don't know what it stands for. Eventually they'll have a thing. I'll die here, so you'll get to see something that'll pop up and talk about the world a little bit.
Okay.
And I say I'll die here because...
I appreciate your positive outlook.
Well, I mean, so you saw what, I was fighting like 5 guys at a time there? in the last battle. Imagine fighting like
5 guys, but they're controlled by people.
8 to 10 guys, but they're all elite level, so they all have more health, harder hitting. Like, just in general, like, it's meant for a group.
So is it just anyone can be in here, or is it people usually of your level?
Anyone. So,
so you'll be fine.
So when I was telling you earlier...
There's likely to be a lot of 30s.
When I said earlier that I couldn't go back in here because I went to 15, the original cap for the first zone is 1 to 14, and now it's 15 to 30. So I am relatively...
So you're in the upper half now.
Yeah, so I am relatively screwed if I run into just about anyone at this point. But honestly, I don't have any gear that I can lose. So me running in here is not a huge deal.
Unless you pick some gear up.
Unless I pick something up, which would not be the easiest. So there's a safe house over here. Put that on my map at the very least.
I haven't seen anyone. Will they show up on your radar and everything?
I don't know if people do. I've only run into a few people here and there. And it was because I was in a firefight. And they just kind of happened to run in at the same time. So okay. I'm not 100% sure. And there's some enemies up here. So we're going to actually duck down. Crap, they saw me. So, like, what level are they?
No, is that...
So, they
AI
are higher... Yeah, that's AI. So, those are NPCs. And he killed me in one hit.
Right, because all the AI is leveled 15 to 30.
Exactly. So, a sniper of level 30 hit me with one shot and killed me.
Wow.
Yeah, so, we'll stick in here for another little bit so you can see a little bit more. But it is not... It's tense. It's even at level 14, I managed to take down one group by myself and was immediately killed by another group. That happened.
So you're not going to really play with that till the end game.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, there's no way of me coming in here unless I'm coming in here with a couple of 30s themselves. Like I'm coming over here with a group.
Gotcha.
But like on your own, even when I was 14, it was tough. It was really, really tough. So me coming in here now at this point where everything is stronger than me, it's not even worth it really.
Did you leave or?
No, I went back into the dark side.
Oh, okay.
So we'll take one more look around here if we can. Level 4 once again, so can't go in there. Well, once again, it's not a big deal if I die in here because it's not like I'm losing anything.
Okay.
Move over here. You can see the city's just freaking awesome.
Yeah.
What's cool is like you can find like crashed drones and stuff like that around as well.
Wait a minute, is that Rockefeller?
I think so. Let me see if I can get over there without drawing any attention.
Yeah, I think you're Rockefeller Plaza.
Can't see where the enemies are. There's like definitely some area I should be in, but not one of them.
Definitely.
Yeah, because that's this.
Because that's where the skating rink is.
Yeah, so you see how their skulls mold their heads?
Yeah, because they're too high level. Oh jeez, that didn't...
Yeah, it didn't even do anything.
That's...
Yeah, so once again, this is not a place...
Again, the problem I have with that is, it's so ridiculous.
Well, once again, this isn't a place I should be.
It's super gamey. It's super gamey that it's that way.
Well, once again, not a place I should be. I should know better. I shouldn't be in here. I do know better. I'm just doing this to kind of show you some of the game. We're actually going to turn around and go and look. Oh, actually, DZ right down. Boo. All right, so... So we'll go back into the non-Dark Zone world here. Oh, I'm in Midtown East. Ooh, this isn't a place where I want to be, I don't think. Yeah. If you look in the upper right-hand corner, it shows you the levels of the zones.
Well, can't you just go north
I
and
can,
get out of here?
well, I can fast travel.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I'll tell you what, I'll take you back to the base of operations so you can see what that looks like.
Okay.
That's they basically took the post office and made the base of operations.
Oh, okay.
So there's all of this map, and then on the other side there's all that as well. All those big green and blue circles, those are equivalent to dungeons, like instances
Okay.
that you can go
Okay.
into. And you have to fight bosses and stuff as you go through there.
So I'm hearing the foot noise. Is there any indicator of how quickly you're getting there? Or?
No, it's just it'll
wait
just
till
kind of pop you in.
loads.
Yeah, exactly. So And turn around, and this is it here. You can see how much progression you can make. As you upgrade, basically the way you upgrade this is you go through and like the medical center, you'll put in like a decontamination unit and like a children's bay, things like a pediatrics bay, things like that, and that's how you upgrade them. So like this is the security wing. I can go in here.
Okay.
And you can see. So based on the amount of supplies you have, are the different things you can upgrade. So there's an armory. I've already done procurement team, guard post, shooting range, K9 unit. And then when you do those give you access to different skills.
Oh, okay.
New cap, that's cool. That's the scavenging team. They'll go through and like once every 24 hours I can open that up and they'll have basically a new thing I can put on.
Oh, that's cool.
So I can go on here. Let's pick that up. So we just did the fern cap. Do that there. Me, I'm a what was it? Modern fleece cap? No, it's not it. Which one's simple relief? Crap, you guys made me lose which one I had. Trendy? Yeah, I think it was the trendy. Well, I have to go back and rewatch the capture to figure out which one I had. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Doesn't matter. But yeah, this is the security side. There's a tech wing upstairs, and then the medical wing's there. Oh, actually, I have upgrades available. So what's up here? So let's see what I could do here. So like I could do a recharge center here.
Okay, that unlocks.
That unlocks, basically just unlocks the stuff that's over
Talents.
here. Or I could save up and I could go towards these here. Like communications would probably, like the seeker mine with communications is probably what I should work towards.
Okay.
So like that's something you can do, and that's those little side missions I was doing. They'll have different color markers on them.
That's
that
cool.
will affect that. And then there's the main area with all the different vendors and stuff like that all around here. So these are the vendors over here. This is a crafting station here that you can make your own stuff.
Again, real attention to detail.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, cool. So you're liking it?
I dig it. I can see if it wasn't somebody's cup of tea. I really could. But
yeah, I don't know if I would. I don't know if I could get into it, but I mean, I appreciate what it's doing.
I think it would be. I think this would be one of those really fun games if you had like 4 or 5 friends
Who are into
who want to play together, who are looking for something that you could really, you really have to work together as a team.
Gotcha.
You could really get into this. I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that's a pretty good look at it. I mean, we got to see a mission, we got to see the Dark Zone, the main base. Let's call it a day.
All right, kids. Well, like I said, this was a one-off. If you want to see any more of this, if you want to see me just get killed a bunch in the Dark Zone, shout it out. I'm gonna kill these people here.
Never gets old.
Yeah, if you want to see me kill more people who are lower level than I am, see me get killed by people who are a lot higher level than me, like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know. This is one that we're gonna have in the library for a little bit, so it'll be around for us to play.
Yeah. All right. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you, everybody.